You're 70 years old. You've eaten well most of your life. You walk when you can. You take your medications. And yet, your blood sugar keeps creeping up. Your legs feel heavier than they used to. Your doctor keeps saying watch what you eat, but nobody ever tells you exactly what to add. Here's something that might surprise you. Some of the most powerful nutritional support for blood sugar and circulation doesn't come from a pill or a prescription. It comes from seeds, tiny, affordable, easy to find at any grocery store, that researchers have been studying for years. Today, we're going to look at 5 specific seeds that may help support healthier blood sugar levels, better circulation, and stronger cardiovascular function after 70. We'll show you exactly how to use them, how much to take, and what the science actually says. No exaggerated claims, just real, practical information you can use starting today. And make sure you stay until the end, because the 5th seed is one most seniors completely overlook, yet it may offer some of the most impressive nutritional support for blood vessel health and circulation of any food on this list. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what's actually happening in the body as we age, because understanding the why makes everything else click. After 70, 2 things tend to happen quietly, often without any dramatic symptoms at first. The first is a gradual shift in how the body handles insulin. Insulin is the hormone that moves sugar from your bloodstream into your cells where it's used for energy. As we get older, our cells can become slightly less responsive to insulin, meaning blood sugar stays elevated a little longer after meals than it used to. Over time, this can strain the pancreas, increase inflammation, and raise the risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. The second change is in the blood vessels themselves. The walls of your arteries and veins naturally become less flexible over time. Blood flow slows slightly. Capillaries, the tiny vessels that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your legs, feet, and hands, become less efficient. That's why so many people over 70 experience cold feet, leg cramps, fatigue during walks, slower wound healing, or that heavy, tired feeling in the lower limbs by the end of the day. These aren't inevitable life sentences. They're biological patterns that can be influenced meaningfully by what you eat consistently. That's where seeds come in. Seeds are nutritionally dense in ways that are specifically relevant to these 2 issues. They contain soluble fiber, which slows the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. They contain healthy fats, particularly omega-3s, that support arterial flexibility. They carry minerals like magnesium and zinc that play direct roles in insulin sensitivity and vascular function. And many seeds contain plant-based antioxidants that reduce the low-grade inflammation that drives so many age-related health problems. Let's go through them one by one. The first seed on our list is flaxseed, and if you're only going to add one thing to your daily routine after watching this video, this might be the one. Flax seeds are rich in something called soluble fiber, specifically a type called mucilage. When you eat soluble fiber, it forms a slow-moving gel in your digestive tract that literally delays the pace at which sugars are absorbed into your bloodstream. Instead of a fast spike after a meal, you get a slower, more gradual rise, which is much easier on your pancreas and your blood sugar levels overall. Research has shown that regular flaxseed consumption is associated with improved fasting blood sugar and better blood sugar control after meals in people with type 2 diabetes. One review of multiple studies found that whole flaxseed supplementation consistently reduced fasting glucose levels in diabetic patients. But flax seeds don't just help with blood sugar. They're also one of the richest plant-based sources of ALA, that's alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3s are known to support heart health, reduce inflammation in blood vessel walls, and help maintain the elasticity of arteries. For seniors worried about circulation, this matters. Here's one thing that's really important to know: your body cannot digest whole flax seeds very well. The hard outer shell passes through mostly intact. To get the full nutritional benefit, you need to use ground flaxseed, also called flaxseed meal. You can buy it pre-ground at most grocery stores, or grind whole seeds in a coffee grinder. How much? About 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed per day is the amount most commonly used in research. Store ground flaxseed in the fridge. The healthy fats oxidize quickly at room temperature. Easy ways to use it: stir it into your morning oatmeal, mix it into yogurt, add it to a smoothie, or even mix it into pancake batter. You barely taste it. It has a mild, slightly nutty flavor that blends into almost anything. One more thing, flaxseed does contain plant estrogens called lignans. For most people, this is associated with additional health benefits, including cardiovascular protection. But if you have a hormone-sensitive health condition, check with your doctor before making it a daily habit. The second seed is chia seeds, and you've probably heard of these, but you may not know exactly why they're so useful for blood sugar and circulation specifically. Chia seeds absorb an extraordinary amount of liquid, up to 10 times their own weight in water. When they do this inside your digestive system, they form a thick, gel-like substance that slows digestion dramatically. The practical result is exactly what people with blood sugar concerns need: a slower, more controlled release of glucose into the bloodstream after meals. Multiple studies have looked at chia seeds and blood sugar. A notable one published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adding chia seeds to white bread significantly reduced the post-meal blood sugar response in healthy adults compared to bread eaten without chia. That's meaningful. It suggests chia seeds can blunt the sugar spikes that come from even high glycemic foods. For circulation, chia seeds bring two important contributions. First, like flax seeds, they're a good source of ALA omega-3 fatty acids. Second, they're rich in several minerals, including potassium, magnesium, and calcium, all of which play roles in regulating blood pressure and maintaining healthy blood vessel tone. Chia seeds are also one of the best plant sources of fiber in general, about 10 grams of fiber per 2 tablespoons, which is roughly a third of the daily fiber target for most adults. How do you use them? The simplest way is to add 1 to 2 tablespoons to a glass of water, stir, wait 5 minutes, and drink it before a meal. Some people make chia pudding, combine chia seeds with milk or a dairy-free alternative, let it sit in the fridge overnight, and by morning you have a thick, creamy pudding that's genuinely satisfying. You can also sprinkle them on salads, stir them into soups, or mix them into smoothies. One practical note: chia seeds should be introduced gradually if you're not used to eating much fiber. Start with a teaspoon a day and work up. Jumping straight to 2 tablespoons can cause bloating or digestive discomfort in some people. We're just getting started, and already we have 2 powerful seeds that research suggests may support your blood sugar and circulation in very real ways. Flaxseed for fiber and omega-3s, chia seeds for blood sugar stability and minerals. But the next 3 seeds on this list? They work through completely different mechanisms, and one of them has a track record going back thousands of years in traditional medicine across 3 continents. The next seed we're covering is one that many people already have in their kitchens but almost nobody eats in therapeutic amounts. Let's keep going. Let's continue with seed number 3, pumpkin seeds. These are the ones most people already have somewhere in their pantry, usually left over from Halloween, and almost nobody is eating them regularly enough to get any real benefit. That's a shame, because pumpkin seeds are one of the most magnesium-dense foods available, and magnesium is one of the most important minerals for blood sugar regulation that most seniors are simply not getting enough of. Here's why magnesium matters so much. Magnesium is directly involved in insulin signaling. It helps insulin bind to receptors on cells, which allows glucose to enter the cells rather than staying in the bloodstream. Research has consistently found that people with type 2 diabetes and prediabetes tend to have lower magnesium levels than people with healthy blood sugar. And studies show that increasing magnesium intake through diet is associated with better insulin sensitivity and lower fasting blood sugar over time. Beyond blood sugar, magnesium plays a crucial role in vascular health. It helps relax the smooth muscle cells in the walls of blood vessels, which improves blood flow and can support healthy blood pressure. For seniors experiencing circulation issues, that cold, heavy feeling in the legs, cramping at night, this mineral connection is worth taking seriously. 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds, about a small handful, contains roughly 150 milligrams of magnesium, which is about 35% of the daily recommended intake for older adults. Beyond magnesium, pumpkin seeds also provide a solid hit of zinc, which supports immune function and has its own role in insulin storage and secretion. They're also a surprisingly good source of protein, about 9 grams per ounce, which helps with satiety and blood sugar stability after meals. How to eat them? Go for unsalted, raw, or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds. A small handful as a midday snack is easy and filling. You can toss them on a salad, stir them into oatmeal, or mix them into a trail mix with a few other seeds from today's list. The key is making them a consistent daily habit rather than an occasional snack. Seed number 4 is sesame, and this one has one of the longest histories in traditional medicine of anything on our list. People in Asia, the Middle East, and Africa have used sesame seeds for thousands of years for health and vitality. Modern research is starting to explain why. Sesame seeds are rich in two unique compounds called sesamin and sesamolan. These are lignans, a type of antioxidant found almost exclusively in sesame. Research has shown that these compounds may help reduce oxidative stress in blood vessel walls, lower LDL cholesterol, and improve markers of cardiovascular health. For seniors focused on circulation, this is directly relevant. Less oxidative damage in the arteries means better blood flow and healthier vessels over time. From a blood sugar perspective, sesame seeds contain healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats that support insulin sensitivity. There's also research suggesting that sesame oil, and by extension, sesame seeds, may help lower blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes, potentially by activating certain enzymes involved in glucose metabolism. Sesame seeds are also a meaningful source of calcium, iron, and B vitamins, nutrients that become harder to absorb after 70 and are often underconsumed by older adults. How to use them? Tahini, which is just ground sesame seeds, is one of the most practical options. Add it to a salad dressing, spread it on whole grain toast, or mix it into a sauce. Whole sesame seeds can be toasted and sprinkled on roasted vegetables, fish, or soups. Even a tablespoon or 2 per day adds up over time. And here's the one we promised to save for last: hemp seeds. This is the seed most seniors overlook, usually because of confusion about what hemp actually is. Let's clear that up immediately. Hemp seeds come from the same plant family as marijuana, but they contain none of the compounds that cause any psychoactive effect. They're completely legal, widely available at grocery stores and pharmacies, and they're one of the most nutritionally complete seeds you can eat. Why are hemp seeds so impressive for circulation and cardiovascular health? First, the fat profile. Hemp seeds have a nearly ideal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, a ratio of roughly 3 to 1, which closely matches what nutrition researchers consider optimal for managing inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is one of the primary drivers of arterial stiffness, poor circulation, and cardiovascular disease in aging adults. A consistent dietary source of balanced omega-3 and omega-6 fats can genuinely make a difference over months and years. Second, hemp seeds are one of the only plant foods that provide all 9 essential amino acids in meaningful amounts, making them a complete protein. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds contains about 10 grams of protein. For seniors, getting adequate protein matters not just for muscle preservation, but because protein slows carbohydrate absorption, which helps prevent blood sugar spikes after meals. Third, hemp seeds contain gamma-linolenic acid, or GLA, an omega-6 fatty acid that has specific anti-inflammatory properties and has been studied for its effects on blood pressure and vascular health. Practically speaking, hemp seeds are one of the easiest seeds on this list to incorporate daily. They have a mild, slightly nutty flavor. Sprinkle 3 tablespoons into a morning smoothie. Stir them into yogurt. Add them to oatmeal. They don't require grinding, soaking, or any preparation, just open the bag and use them. Now let's put it all together. Here's what a practical daily routine using all 5 of these seeds might actually look like, without it feeling overwhelming or time-consuming. In the morning, make a bowl of oatmeal and stir in 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds. Add a handful of berries if you have them. That's already 2 seeds checked off before 9 a.m., and it takes 0 extra time if you already eat oatmeal. At lunch, put together a simple green salad and top it with a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds and a sprinkle of sesame seeds. Dress it with a tablespoon of tahini mixed with lemon juice and olive oil. You've now covered 4 of the 5 seeds. In the afternoon, mix a tablespoon of chia seeds into a glass of water and drink it 20 minutes before dinner. Or make a chia pudding the night before and have it as a mid-morning snack. That's it. All 5 seeds, spread across the day, requiring no specialty ingredients, no cooking skills, and very little extra time. The total cost for all 5 seeds, bought in bulk, is typically under $15 a month. The key word is consistency. None of these seeds produce overnight changes. The benefit comes from making them a quiet, steady habit, a few tablespoons a day, every day, over the course of weeks and months. That's when the fiber builds up in your diet, the omega-3s begin to shift your inflammatory profile, and the magnesium starts supporting better insulin response. Before we wrap up, a few things to keep in mind. These seeds are food, not medication. They support health, but they do not replace prescribed treatment. If you're managing diabetes, high blood pressure, or any cardiovascular condition, continue your treatment plan and keep your regular appointments. Think of these seeds as a complement to good medical care, not a substitute for it. If you take blood thinners like warfarin, talk to your doctor before significantly increasing flaxseed or hemp seeds. The omega-3 content can have mild blood thinning effects, and your medication levels may need monitoring. If you're not used to eating much fiber, start slow. Add one seed at a time over a couple of weeks. Going from a low-fiber diet to 2 tablespoons of chia and flax per day immediately can cause bloating and digestive discomfort. Your gut bacteria need time to adjust. And as always, if you notice significant changes in your symptoms, good or concerning, bring them up with your healthcare provider. Let's do a quick recap of what we covered today. Flax seeds, soluble fiber and omega-3s to slow blood sugar absorption and support arterial health. Chia seeds, gel-forming fiber that blunts post-meal blood sugar spikes and delivers circulation-supporting minerals. Pumpkin seeds, magnesium-rich support for insulin sensitivity and vascular relaxation. Sesame seeds, unique antioxidants that protect blood vessel walls and support healthy cholesterol. And hemp seeds, a complete protein with an optimal omega-fat ratio and anti-inflammatory properties that specifically benefit circulation and cardiovascular health. 5 seeds. Affordable. Easy to find. Easy to use. Which one are you going to start with? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear if you already use any of these daily and what you've noticed. If you found this video genuinely helpful, please give it a like. It helps other seniors who are looking for this exact kind of information find it. And subscribe with notifications turned on. Every week we cover practical, evidence-based approaches to healthy aging that your doctor's 10-minute appointment rarely has time for. Take care of those blood vessels. Small habits, done consistently, add up to something real. We'll see you in the next one.